This next performer, he was the pioneer of native comedy in our world and in our book. So it was a great honor to play with him up in Page, Arizona, and we just
We
totally
thank him
tore it out. And we thank him for
letting-
paving the
letting
way.
us open up for him back in the day.
And he's the great performer that he is. He is from the White Mountain Apache Reservation. He is married down there, but he originally comes from our land over there on that side,
Our side over here.
Our side.
Navajo land. He's a veteran of the Marine Corps and a man that doesn't need any introduction, man. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Vincent Craig.
Woo!
Sounds like my auntie is here. In the early 1930s, the United States government got together. In all their wisdom, they decided that they would pass what was called the Indian Compulsory Education Act. And all of a sudden, throughout the Indian country, many little boys and little girls were rounded up one by one, taken off to incredible places like Santa Fe Indian School, Shuspator Boarding School, Intermountain, Riverside, Chilocco. And all these places had one thing in common, is that they were suddenly charged with the responsibility of teaching little Indian kids how to speak English. But the tragedy of the whole thing is that despite all the trappings of home, trying to make it seem like it was a good place to be, many little children arrived at these boarding schools with just a little Libby's cardboard box tied with a string. Little boys with their grandmas and their grandpas being dropped off for the first time to have a taste of education. Little realizing that it'd be gone for about 7 to 8 months. This song is dedicated to all of you boarding school survivors. Twas the night before Christmas, and all through dorm 1, nothing was stirring, not even a mouse. And in the far corner of dorm 1, on those old surplus military bunks that were marked with that famous acronym, BI. On this night, there were just 2 boys left in the dorm. Henry and Edward. If you listen real closely, you could hear the sound of the bed springs making a sound every once in a while as a young child rolled over in those surplus military wool blankets that itched you all over. That made you think of the most most terrible things crawling around in your bed. And all of a sudden, a young boy is heard to be crying. And on the other side of the dorm is a good humanitarian by the name of Henry. Hey, buddy. Buddy. Shh. Are you okay? Shut up, leave me alone. Golly, buddy, what's wrong anyway? My grandpa didn't come this year. And nobody came to pick me up. Come on, Edward, don't be like that. Come over here, come sit down on my bunk right here. I don't want to. My grandpa said he was gonna come and get me for a holiday. And now here I'm all alone with just you. Come on, Edward, come on over here, sit down. Let me tell you a story. A story? Yeah. Come here, buddy. Come over here by this radiator right here. See right out there? Way up there. Where? Right over there to the east. See that thing way up there? Oh, you mean that star? Yeah. You know what? Long time ago, there were these 3 wise guys. There were 3 wise guys, and they were riding these horses that had weird bumps on their shoulders. Horses with bumps? Yeah, they call them camels over across the ocean. And these 3 wise guys, they got together, and somebody told them a long time ago that way over there to the east, there's going to be a big star. And it's going to shine really bright. Golly, Henry, it's shining bright right now. Look at it. It's shining right down on the superintendent's house. Isn't that wow? But you know what? They said that a long time ago across the ocean, far, far away from here, that's what my grandpa said. He said there was a place where there was going to be a little baby born. And there was this man named Joseph. You mean Joseph Benali? No, not Joseph Benali. He's just a janitor. It's a different one. Anyway, Joseph and his wife named Mary. Not Mary, you know who. We're talking about this woman. She was very special. And they said that she was going to have a baby. And there was this real mean king. He was really mean. He said, everybody come over here. You're going to pay your taxes right now. You better pay or else you're going to be sorry. You mean they had the IRS then? No. Edward, you got to listen to me. Listen to the story. Okay, Henry, go ahead. And then they got on this little donkey and they went to a place called Bethlehem. What kind of ham? No, Bethlehem. It's not the kind of ham we get in the kitchen. It's a different kind. Anyway, over Bethlehem, there's a place. And they tried to find a place to stay. They went all over town. They went to every motel and they knocked on the door and everybody said, go away, we're full. There's no more room in the inn, they kept telling them. Golly, they must have been in Albuquerque. Or maybe Gallup. No, this is far across the ocean. Anyway, they couldn't find no place to stay. Golly, Henry, that's really sad. You mean this woman was about to have a baby and nobody will open the door? Golly, that's how I was born too. You're bringing back really bad memories for me. This isn't about you, it's about something else. Let me share it with you. Come on, shh. Anyway, they finally found this barn. Just a barn, and they had this little box with straw in it. And that's where the little baby was born. Golly, me too. You were born in a box. But this guy was different. It was special. It was a little baby. And you know what? They call him Jesus. It's sad. I heard about him. And these three wise guys, they were following the star and they were saying, it's way over there, that way. And they came to the manger, and sure enough, there were all the cows and the sheep. They were all sitting around. Hey, me too. That happened to me too. No, this is different. And way out there in the fields, there were a lot of sheep herders, and they were sitting around.
You try to get a Navajo man to be romantic, and he always messes it up, huh? Get a moonlit night with a wisp of cloud kind of shining through, and he looks at that woman of his choice. And, anybody else will say honey, but he always says, honey, I really like you. And I was wondering, I wrote a poem for you. And she says, well, read it. He goes, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and the breadth of real thick fried bread. But this song is about a lady that very special in my life. My wife, she went off to school and came back with her degree, and like I said, got elected. And this song is called "How Are You Doing, Visitor?" Late last night I was lying in bed, trying to clear the dreams from my head. I looked up to the sky and see the moon shining bright, and I think about the things you told me. Late last night, I'm looking through the snow, and I see something that sets my heart aglow. As if the moonlight shining through my window, I see your reflections, all the things that I love. And I said, how are you doing? How are you doing, babe? How are you doing? How are you doing, lady? How are you doing? We miss you so. the store. As I was walking by the peanut brittle, a man came up to me. He said, "Sonny boy, you're in big, big trouble." I said, "What's wrong, Mr. Trading Postman? I didn't do." He reached into my pocket, took out the candy bar, and said, "Son, you're going up to jail." And the Navajo police, they came and took me away. I'll never see Rita no more. I'm sitting in the jailhouse, waiting for that day to get on back. Not home, it's Horn. But I guess I'll always be here in Window Rock, my friend. I never see Rita no more. Sing it loud. Just because of the crazy candy bar. Thank you very much. All right. Where's our host? It's been a privilege being here with you this evening. We want to thank all of you for coming out this evening and supporting our Native brothers and sisters in the wake of the Hurricane Katrina. As you heard earlier, these tribes are not recognized by the federal government, and I decided to wear my T-shirt as a protest. BIA reject, it says, "Will not conform to government policies, refuses to lose his language." But it's your help, everybody here, these entertainers this evening who have given up their time, and everything that they sell here also this evening will be given to the victims of Katrina and our brothers and sisters over there. So thank you so much, and have a good evening, and God bless you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.